Everyone, what's up? This is the real G-Money Sports Talk Football Show. Week 2 edition of your NFL picks versus spread. Let's get in early. I did decent last week. 7 and 8 overall. 1 and 2 on my top 3 picks. That's bad. I'm usually around 80%. And I was 3 and 0 in my straight bet picks with no spread. So, first things first. I didn't do Thursday's game because it's Sunday morning now. First game, Minnesota at Indy. Indy +3. I'm going to take Indy. I'm going to go with Andrew Luck. He looked pretty good last week. I just hate Christian Ponder. I just hate him. I'm going Indy +3. And it's at Indy, the home that Peyton built. Second game, it's Baltimore at Philly. Baltimore +2.5. I don't know why they're giving Baltimore 2.5. They got a potent offense now. I'm taking Baltimore 2.5. Mike Vick threw 4 picks last week. I do think it's going to be a competitive, close game, but that 2.5 points I'm going to take. Oakland at Miami with bum-ass Ryan Tannehill. I'm going to take Oakland -2.5. Oakland, Darren McFadden is a beast. He had 12 catches last week. If they just give him the ball, they're going to win. Houston against Jacksonville. Houston -7. Houston is just an offensive juggernaut, and the defense is in the top half of the league also. I'm going Houston -7. Cleveland at Cincinnati. Cincinnati got ran over last week by the Ravens, and that was also one of the reasons I took the Ravens. I'm going to take Cincy -7 though against Cleveland. I think Brandon Weeden is crap. And then if they bring in Colt McCoy or anybody else, they're not any better. So I'm just going to go along with Cincinnati -7. Dalton and AJ Green, and they might get it together this week. Also, I said last week, Travis Benjamin, he was my sleeper pick out of the rookie wide receiver from Cleveland, and he had a big grab last week. He got fantasy points. Kansas City at Buffalo. Kansas City was one of my top 3 picks last week. They lost. Atlanta rolled them. But I'm going to take Kansas City +3 over Buffalo. I think Buffalo, they can score some points, but they just don't know how to win games and close them out. I'm Kansas City +3. Arizona at New England. New England -13.5. I'm taking New England -13.5. Arizona, they still don't know who to play at quarterback. Their defense is pretty good. Their special teams are pretty good. They got Fitzgerald, but New England, they're a juggernaut. So I'm going to take New England -13.5. New Orleans lost last week, but they're playing at Carolina this week versus Cam. But I'm going to take New Orleans minus the 2.5 points. They're like 75% win percentage after a loss. Giants, they're 0-1. Teams, they say that start 0-2, they only make the playoffs like 9 or 12% of the time. But in 2007, the Giants started the season 0-2 and they won the Super Bowl. But I'm going to take the Giants -7 at home versus Tampa. Tampa played pretty good last week, so don't be surprised if Tampa wins this game. Dallas -3 at Seattle. I'm going to take Dallas -3. Romo and DeMarco Murray, the offense looked good versus the Giants in week 1. Seattle, they had the loudest stadium, supposedly. But I'm going to take Dallas -3. I think DeMarco Murray is going to have a field day. Washington and RG3 with the big win last week. But I'm taking St. Louis +3.5. The game is at St. Louis. St. Louis almost upset the Lions last week. That spread was, the Lions were favored by 8.5, and they only lost by 4. I'm going to take St. Louis +3.5. Gibson, the wide receiver, looked pretty good, and so did Bradford. Pittsburgh lost last week. The Jets rolled last week. I'm going to take the Jets +5.5 over Pittsburgh in Pittsburgh. San Diego -6.5 against Tennessee. The game's in San Diego. Chris Johnson, he's just poop now, isn't he? He's the fastest man in the league, but he's also the fastest man to get tackled at the line of scrimmage. I'm taking Tennessee plus 6.5 though. Phillip Rivers he's not the same guy as a few years ago. They don't got Vincent Jackson. They don't got, young LaDainian Tomlinson. They don't got Darren Sproles. Gates is always hurt. I'm taking Tennessee plus 6.5. Jake Locker looked all right, and so did tight end Cook. The Sunday night football game, Detroit at San Francisco. San Fran -7. This is the game everybody wants to see, I think. They want to see is the Motor City coming up. They want to see is San Fran the real deal after they beat Green Bay last week. I'm going to take Detroit plus 7. This game, it could go, I live in Detroit, so that's why I'm kind of rolling with the Lions, but I think it is going to be a closer game than people think. Monday Night Football. Now, this is a game everyone wants to see, too. They want to see is Atlanta for real, and they want to watch Peyton Manning. But I'm going to take, the game is in Atlanta. I'm going to take Atlanta -3. They put up a lot of points, and Julio Jones looks really good. I'm taking Atlanta -3. My top 3 games of the week are Baltimore plus 2.5 at Philly, Houston -7 versus Jacksonville, Atlanta at home -3 versus Denver on Monday Night Football. And then my 3 straight bets, I'm going to take Houston over Jacksonville, the Giants over Tampa, and New England over Arizona. Everybody, I hope I do better than last week and I win you money this week. See ya next week.